Hey everybody, hope you are doing well. Just wanted to give you a quick, as quick as I can, recap of leadership from San Diego. So it was a great leadership. Lots of information was shared. There's so much excitement and growth and opportunity and dedication and passion. There's so many great things that are in the works for doTERRA in the future. And so I just wanted to share a few of those things with you today. So leadership in San Diego started out with Corey Lindley. He's the founding executive, the president, and the CFO. So he talked a little bit about who is doTERRA, right? So world's largest essential oil company, which we know, privately held, debt-free, $1 billion in assets, over 7 million customers globally, 3,200 corporate employees and offices in 16 countries. So that's a little bit of information. Their mission is to change the world one drop, one person, one community at a time. The vision is to have essential oils in every home provided through millions of wellness advocates. So they talked about the U.S. sales in Canada and how it is just continuing to grow. So it took, let's see here, I'm looking at some slides. So it took 8 years to hit $1 billion in sales. It's taken the 3 years from 2016 to 2018 to hit $2 billion in sales, and they're estimating it's going to take 2 years, 2019 and 2020, to hit $3 billion in sales. So obviously they just continue to grow and flourish, and the growth, right? So for the first 8 years, it took 8 years to hit that 1 billion, but the 3 years and then 2 years after that, they just are expecting the sales to completely explode. So brand recognition, this is really cool. So 8 in every 100 people in the US has heard of doTERRA, 8 out of 100. So if you think the market is saturated or you think everybody's using oils, 8 out of every 100 people have ever heard of doTERRA. So continue to share the information, share what doTERRA can do, and share about essential oils and our products, because there are still millions of people out there that have not heard of doTERRA and do not use essential oils. 2018 and 2019 growth by region. So the US and Canada, 2018 actual growth was 128 million. Oops, sorry. Where the heck that came from? Hello, sorry about that. So the US and Canada actual growth for 2018 was 128 million. Projected growth for 2019 is 144 million. And then in all the other markets, China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Singapore, the Philippines, and Malaysia, I think, huge area in Asia. So in 2018, actual growth was 104 million. Projected growth for 2019 is 143. For Europe, there's a nice amount of growth there. 2018 actual growth was 72 million. Projected growth in Europe and Russia, was 117 million. So pretty interesting there. So let's see what else. 8 in every 100 people in the U.S. has ever heard of doTERRA. Only 2 out of every 100 people in the U.S. has purchased doTERRA. So I wanted to just make sure that I called that out. U.S. market penetration. So the penetration in the Chicagoland area is 0.6%. That's how many people, based on our population, 0.6% are currently using doTERRA. Guys, the market is wide open for us. It is wide open, so we just have to go get it. So I thought those were some interesting numbers. They talked about the 4 pillars, right? There's Healing Hands, Co-Impact Sourcing, CPTG, and Prime Meridian Healthcare. Those are their 4 pillars. Let's see. I'm just going through a lot of my slides. Moving on, so that's really kind of why doTERRA, why now, and about some of the information about revenue. Then they moved into Healing Hands Foundation, and this was like such an incredible. I love the Healing Hands Foundation, but I'll share what they shared here. So 100,000 jobs are currently being provided through the co-impact sourcing. 500,000 lives impacted through co-impact sourcing. Let's see. So they've got sourcing investments, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I believe, distilleries around the world. And India is kind of their latest area. There's 54 tests that are completed on each essential oil sample, and this is through their testing. So to make sure that it's CPTG quality, 54 tests are completed on each sample. And there is a slide, and I provided most of the slides, so all the slides should be in there. A list of all the 54 tests were posted on the slides. Let's see. Examples of adulteration. I thought this was interesting. So adulteration can include the inclusion of carrier oils without labeling as such, mislabeling species, i.e. selling cinnamon leaf as cinnamon bark, or selling a cheaper form of peppermint or frankincense. Adulteration can also include inclusion of aroma chemicals, so synthetics, synthetic fragrances and chemicals that are added. Some oils are 95 to 100% complete fabrications made by trained perfumists to smell pure. So those are just some common examples of adulteration. They explained in here the typical process that it goes from farmer to distiller to a broker or perfumist, which is where the adulteration normally occurs. Then it goes to the US or European broker or perfumist. Then it's sent to the company, and the company sends it to the consumer. So in doTERRA's model, it goes farmer, distiller, doTERRA, significant testing, consumer. So they've taken out the 2 broker areas where most of the adulteration happens. And with this process as well, the brokers aren't eating up a portion of that fee. Most of the cost is going back to the farmer, back to doTERRA, back to you. So I thought that was interesting. Revenue forecast for North America. There's a couple really cool slides on here, which I shared. Sorry. So Dr. Hill started talking about healthcare. So essential oils, scientific and medical publications have increased by nearly 400% since 2009. Talking about Dr. Brannick Riggs is the medical director and vice president of clinical operations. He is an awesome, awesome doctor that has been helping to launch the Prime Meridian. So he's kind of overseeing hiring the new doctors and helping to get the facilities up and running, staffing them, operations and stuff like that. So he's a great guy. I've met him several times. Wonderful man. The chief medical officer. So Dr. Hill is no longer the chief medical officer. They have hired a new chief medical officer, Russell Osthorpe. And he has, he's a pediatric oncologist, I believe, but he trained, I believe in St. Louis. He worked for a very, very large, prestigious pediatric hospital in Utah. He was also in Colorado at another prestigious hospital. So he is now the chief medical officer. Let's see. So, sorry here, just going through all my stuff. Okay, so Dr. Osthorpe, so Denver Children's Hospital, and then he was at his fellowship at he's pediatric infectious disease at Washington University in St. Louis. And then he worked at the University of Utah in the pediatric department care. He was the medical director of oh gosh, I can't, infectious disease. So again, I posted all these slides. I'm just trying to go through and give you the majority of information in a short amount of time. So with the new Prime Meridian, so Chicago is on the list in phase 1, which is super exciting. We have a few other, let's see if it's up here, super interesting locations coming up in phase 1. So we've got Los Angeles, Phoenix, as we know, Riverside, so 2 in California, Chicago, New York, Atlanta, and Nashville. Those are all, Nashville's currently open, but these are all the ones that are for phase 1. So we should be looking for, in 2019, locations to be popping up in these areas. Phase 2 has probably 10 more cities, and phase 3 after that probably has another 10 more. So in terms of timing, they threw out 5 years that they would all be open, but then they said, you know, we're growing so rapidly that it'll probably happen sooner. So just FYI with that. So Prime Meridian Healthcare, better healthcare, lower cost. So it's East meets West with the patient in the center. The membership fee, so doTERRA Wellness Advocates will go 10% discount. For individual, it'll be a monthly premium fee, so it'll be a monthly subscription fee basically. So individual, it'll be $99. For an entire family of 4, it's $198. So, I mean, seriously, that will cover, you'll get, you can see your doctor as many times as you want. You can go into an office, you can do online calls, you could do it via their portal. There's massive discounts on testing and stuff like that. They talked about how if you run it through and have to run it through insurance and run it through a lab, it's $150 to run a standard CBC or whatever. Their version of that will be $44. So you'll still have to pay the $44, but there's no insurance, which is awesome. I hate insurances. So, and if you have like an HSA or flexible spending or anything like that, that money would be able to be applied and used for that. So, let's see. They're looking at Prime Meridian to be the primary care, and secondary care would be for the more severe acute kind of care. Right now it's really kind of flopped, right? You pay a lot of money. Most of us are paying, a couple $1,000s a month for all of these services, and you really don't use that acute care very much, hopefully not, but in some cases you need it. So this is going to be flipped, and it's all about making sure that you're being proactive with your health care, because what they say is most people don't see a doctor until they're massively sick. They want you to actually go to see your doctor to prevent you from getting massively sick. So they want it to be affordable for you to go to see a physician. All right, let's see where we started. So now we move into David Sterling's presentation. He's the founding executive, chairman and CEO. He talked about, let's see, healthcare again. Sorry, I'm going to keep going here. Prime Meridian again, integrative approach to healthcare, lower healthcare costs, improve accessibility and ease of access, and improve healthcare outcome by focusing on the whole person. What does this mean for you? Validation of essential oils through research and standardization, increased growth of your team, exposure to new demographics. doTERRA becomes the gold standard, because they kind of are. If they're being used in a medical facility in by your medical doctor, you will have access to really understanding how the doctors are using the oils and how you can be incorporating that as well, and creating a large groundswell movement like 2008. So 2008, we saw this massive movement, and they're also feeling like the next wave is coming. So the whole thing was like, are you on the next wave, on the next phase? And yes, I want to be on that next phase. So with Prime Meridian, right? So currently you have shorter office visits, episodic treatments, no patient relationship. I think the maximum or the average time spent with patient is 7 minutes, and it's time consuming. So with Prime Meridian, they want 30 to 40-minute visits, the whole person treatment, doctor who knows you, included holistic and alternative care, and telemedicine and online scheduling. So the cool thing about this is Prime Wellness Club. So similar to what they started in 2008, they had founders clubs, right? So if you really were out there working your business and getting people on board with doTERRA, there were so many founder slots. They're doing the same thing with Prime Meridian, is that they've opened up founder slots for Prime Meridian, and they're calling it Prime Wellness Club. This is insane. Like, seriously, this is really cool. 300 positions are split into 4 groups. So the annual qualification period is March 1st through February 28th. So it's an entire year qualification period. There's 3 types of rewards. There's priority seating at leadership and convention, a co-impact sourcing trip, and share payouts. So as you think about how the growth has happened in 2008 to now, so for the last 11 years, and the projected growth that I talked about earlier, over the next 2 years, a share payout of 1% of Prime Meridian could have the potential to be massive for the rest of your life. So just think about that for a minute. It's a great enrollment incentive for long-term revenue, basically. So it's really very, very cool. So let's see, the top 25 qualifiers will become Prime Wellness Founder. So there's 25 founder positions that will be open for the next 4 years, 25 a year. So 25 in year 1, 25 in year 2, 25 in year 3, and 25 in year 4, okay? For a total of 300 positions that will be available for founders. Let's see. How do you qualify? It's very simple, just like the incentive trip. So if anyone's working for the incentive trip to Hawaii, that is a great start to get you on the path to be an enrollment founder. So it's very similar to the qualifications for that. And all of this is in the slides. But it's based on enrollment. So how many people you're enrolling and getting them on LRP and into the doTERRA lifestyle. So you earn points for that, and then the 25 positions will be assigned each year. So shares will be funded by whichever is greater. So 1% of the revenue growth from the US and Canada, or 1% of the Prime Meridian revenue. This bonus is going to become very, very significant, okay? We talked about building a team. So some of the new products, right? So Ginger Digestive Drops, super excited. Sorry, I don't know why that's going up there. So Ginger Drops, those will be available, I believe, April 1st. The new deodorant, Douglas Fir and Greek Orange. Citrus Bliss Bath Bar was currently available again. Melaleuca is being changed to Tea Tree, so that will be effective, I think, April 1st. The doTERRA Yoga Collection before only came in the box set. They will now be available for individual purchase starting March 25th. Available April 1st will be Citrus Bloom, which is a Mother's Day scent. It's a springtime scent. It's a limited time offer only. The Mother's Day kit, available April 1st, will come with Citrus Bloom and a Brevi diffuser. And then the Father's Day kit will be available May 24th, and that will be Island Mint and a clip diffuser. And it smells lovely. We smelled both of them. They're awesome. BOGO Week campaign. So we all know BOGOs are kind of a blessing and I wouldn't say a curse, but it's a lot of work, BOGO Week. But the average number of new U.S. enrollments during a BOGO Week is 15,000. That's average. 3,000 is the average number of U.S. customers that reactivate during BOGO Week. And 64% of customers enrolled during BOGO Week remain active afterwards. So thought that was pretty interesting as well. The top 10 U.S. products: Lifelong Vitality, PB Assist, toothpaste, our hand wash. So I thought that was interesting. And then the Deep Blue Polyphenol. And then the top by volume is Lavender, On Guard, Lemon, Breathe, Peppermint, Deep Blue Rub, Foaming Hand Wash, Toothpaste, Deep Blue, and the hand sanitizer spray. So pretty cool. Okay, then we talked about diamonds and silvers. So my numbers were actually a little low. I think we have 14 diamonds in Illinois currently. So still a very small amount, but there's 14 diamonds in Illinois. The doTERRA Veterinary Advisory Board has been established, and I posted the slides on that as well. More information will be coming out about that, I believe, at convention. So that's 1, 2, 3. There's 4 different vets from California, Jersey, Texas, and Nova Scotia. So convention tickets go on sale April 1st. There's 11,000 tickets currently remaining for $169. The gala is available for $59, and then if you wanted to do the Empowered Success on that Saturday, you could do that as well. So convention really is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Most people like to come in either the day before to get registered and everything like that, but the convention will run Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, September 11th, 12th, and 13th. Leadership is going to be held in Phoenix next year, and there will be only one leadership session, so everyone will come together and be together in Phoenix. So there are no more East Coast, West Coast. This is super exciting. The incentive trip is to Hawaii. I mean, who doesn't want to go and win that? All you need to do is enroll people and get them on LRP. It's not that hard. I've done it the last 2 out of 3 years, and it's an amazing opportunity. You definitely need to be trying for this. All it is reaching out, talking to people, hosting classes, connecting, enrolling, and educating. That's it. And it's just putting yourself out there. So that'll be in Hawaii, January 20th of 2020 is the first date. Earning your trip, I already posted the information. I'm not going to go over that again. So Rob Young did a great little mini speech on LLV, so you should go in and check that out. If you are new to LLV and need to learn a little bit about it but don't want it to be so complex, this would be some nice slides for you. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Some nice slides for you to review. One of the things that I love that he had in there was this vitality assessment when you're talking to people. So it's just a little slide, and it asks people questions like, do you get good sleep? Are you free of, do you have chronic ache and pain? Do you have a strong immune system? Do you feel emotionally balanced? Do you feel like you have energy and vitality? How's your mental focus and your skin, hair, and nails? And then they just kind of check off there. So this is a great little assessment to see if people really need the LLV. Let's see what else. So LLV, if you pulled everything out, all the supplements individually, it would cost like around $170. But because they try to give you a cost savings, you can get it for $79. Okay, let's see what else. So they talked about new market development, global expansion. So let's see where so they took it through 2018. Sorry. So Asia's been huge in the last couple of years. Start with an open, if you're looking for global expansion, start with an open market. doTERRA has an official presence in 51 countries. So start there. Use social media to reach out to people. Go global and travel if you're diamond or above. Be product focused. So Brazil, 14 times sales growth in Brazil. In the last year, it continues to grow quickly. Future markets they're opening: the Ukraine, Thailand, Indonesia, and India. And these are all slated for 2019. The Philippines, South Africa, Israel, and Colombia are all slated for 2019 as well. Okay, now we talked about Healing Hands. So the emergency relief kits, which used to only be able to purchase in packs of 5 or 100, you can now purchase individually. And 52,340 emergency relief kits went out last year, and that went out to, they were sending them to Nebraska while we were at leadership for all the flooding and stuff like that. So these are packs that are ready to go with shampoo, deep blue soap, toothbrushes, toothpaste, a towel, and a few other items in there to go to people in need around the world. So those can be purchased individually. So let's see, some of the other places that they gave, 8,000 kits went to California for the wildfires last year. 6,000 went to hurricane relief in, it looks like Florence, but I'm not sure. And then 3,000 kits went to volcano in Del Fuego. So they're helping heal. These kits are helping people all across the globe. One of the coolest things that they did while we were there was that they did they were trying to raise money. So they raised $100,000 in Atlanta for Healing Hands just by donations and just by them selling the rose lotion and stuff at the Healing Hands booth. In San Diego, everybody just started standing up and donating $20,000, $30,000, $10,000. They're almost up to $400,000 that they raised in 24 hours just by the people in that room. It was such a powerful and moving, I get teary-eyed because the guy that was up there was like looking for, because all the flooding and everything that was happening, he was looking for people to donate, and everybody just started donating. It was super powerful. And there's one video where they said, everybody turn your phone battery on if you donated, and hold it up, and you look around the room and it's just lit up. I love this company because they are all about giving. So almost $400,000 were donated in like 24 hours to Healing Hands that will go back to so many people in so many communities. So in case you don't know, 100% of what you donate to Healing Hands goes into Healing Hands. doTERRA covers all the administrative costs of it. So every dollar that you donate goes into that fund. Okay. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just going here. The Healthy Habits Tour, which you guys know is coming up. Rachel Hollis was awesome. I posted the video. Hopefully you watched it. Dr. Hill did his Copaiba, CBD versus Copaiba video. One of the things I loved about this video, I hope you watch the video and check out the slides. One of the things I loved about this video is so many people are asking for doTERRA to do CBD oil because it's so popular right now. Dr. Hill basically explained why they won't do it. And it is because it is an extract. It's an extract from the hemp or marijuana plant. It is not an essential oil. And he said because of their CPT testing standards, that is not something that they will waver on because it would just be an extract. It's not, like I said, it's not an essential oil. And it wouldn't pass the unadulteration testing. And he said CPTG is our backbone. And once we give up on that, we lose our integrity. And they basically said, we will not give up on CPTG. We will not give up our integrity. We are known as the leaders and a trusted company, and that's one of the reasons why they will not do it. And once he said that, I was like, oh, okay, because it's not an essential oil. So it would not be pure. It had to be mixed with something and would not pass the CPTG certification. So I thought that was very interesting. There are many other sources that you can get it from. I get ours from Patriot Botanicals, but there are other sources that you can get it from. So he basically said he doesn't foresee that happening right now because they will not give up on CPTG, and they stand by that quality. So I 100% agree with that and understood it when he said that. So if you haven't checked out his video and all the slides, please do that. It was a nice little video and slides. And then let's see, I got to take you all the way to the last day here where we talked about, so the second day was all breakouts. I posted many of the breakout videos, so hopefully you were able to check some of those out. And then, all right, so last day we are on, sorry here. Ange Peters. If you haven't watched that Ange Peters video yet, watch it, Leading from the Front. It was so good. Talking about how we're primed for growth. Like we planted the seeds, we started growing, and we are just going to blossom in the coming years. We source 130 essential oils from over 45 countries. We're generating jobs worldwide. The fair labor conditions and pay are like nothing in the marketplace. We have long-term partnerships and a sustainable growing model. There's no other company, no other essential oil company right now that has this type of sustainability model that doTERRA has. They're always looking 5 years ahead in terms of sustainability. So we are ready to grow. We're ready. This company, they're so efficient that they've been thinking about this for the last 5 years. So now that we are really growing into this amazing, profitable, crazy profitable company, they're ready to be able to withstand the growth. So we also have less than 3% of the population is currently using doTERRA. 3%, less than 3% of the population is using doTERRA. That's insane. That's insane. We're the largest essential oil company in the world, which we know, and we have a 68 retention rate. That means that it's the highest in the marketplace. Most MLMs are in the 30 to 35% range. doTERRA's retention rate is 68% this year. Last year, I think it was 64%. We're at 68% this year. That's unheard of in a multi-level marketing industry. That means that people are ordering at least once a year from their doTERRA accounts. Okay. We have lots of robust resources and stuff now, the live, share, build, launch, and then we got a new one, the sales guide that just came out, and this is awesome. We'll cover this in one of our calls. They posted the new rank earnings, so average annual income earnings for a silver is around $28,000, a gold is around $60,000, platinum is around $112, diamond is around $200, blue diamonds around $500, presidential diamonds around $1.2 million. So that was as of November 2018. Let's see. Learn how to show up yourself in a way that no one else can. She just had a great, please just go listen to it. I loved her presentation. All right. Justin Harrison and John Bush talked again about why doTERRA, why now. It was a great little talk. And I posted that as well. So a lot of these talks you just have to go listen to. They're like 20 to 25 minutes. Just find time to listen to them. I tried to put them all in the leadership units. I'm trying to keep this as quick as possible. Consistency is key. Build $1 million business. They talked about that. Let's see. Then we had, I loved this. I loved this. Our privileges are not for our pleasure. Our privileges are for our purpose. Loved that. That spoke to me. That spoke to me. Our privileges are not for our pleasure. Our privileges are for our purpose. So I thought that was great. And then they also said there's a great little slide. If you knew that there were a diamond and 3 bars of silver in your backyard, would you dig for it? If you knew that there were 3 bars of silver and a diamond floating around somewhere in your backyard, would you dig for it? I thought that was cool, because you got to do that work. You got to work just as hard as your business to get those 3 silvers and that diamond. So the point of that was, if you dig for it in your backyard, why can't you dig down and dig for it for yourself to make it happen for you? So I thought that was a great little story there. Kim Camuso, another one. She's a Blue Diamond leader. Her talk was awesome. She's going through a kind of a rough divorce right now, but you guys will love her. She is just real and raw and tattooed all over and just a super cool. She had a really good vibe. I really like her. She had a great presentation, so check that out. Elise Chedevy, same thing, talked about the power of belief. Dwelling obsessively on what we do wrong is one of the greatest sources of interference to maximize our potential. I think a lot of people focus on what they can't do well or what they've not been doing well. So change your mindset. Change your mindset, change your life. So change the way that you're thinking about things and focus on what you do well. So I'm not going to go through all this, but you need to check out these videos. You need to do it. Emily Wright, of course, she closed the speech just talking about embracing your strengths, setting your mindset, being happy. Happiness requires progress. Master the art of fulfillment and celebrate the person you become in the process. Something like, does giving make you happier, or do happier people give? And it's something like, it's like 60% of something increased happiness when you give. So Emily Wright's speech was really great. It was just all around, that's pretty much it, but it was just all around a really great, inspiring, and motivational, aside from like the rah-rah doTERRA, like all that and the stuff that I learned. My biggest takeaway was, holy crap, hold on, we are going for a ride again. So if you guys want to be on the next wave, it's coming very soon. Start talking about Prime Meridian. They're going to be opening up a Chicagoland location, a Los Angeles location. If you have connections, start making those connections. It's more than just selling a product, right? So this was kind of my big mindset last year. I'm not selling an essential oil here or there, or selling, oh, here's a peppermint and it'll help with this. We're selling a lifestyle, a toxin-free, healthier, more restful lifestyle. And the products that we have are amazing to help with every single aspect in that lifestyle. So, my takeaway was to stop thinking small. There's no reason we should be thinking small. We're working at this amazing company that is going to do amazing things and grow in a ridiculous way. We can't think small anymore. We can't. We have to think big and switch our mindsets and stop telling ourselves what we can't do and tell ourselves what we can do, because we can do anything that we want to do. We just need the time and the freedom of ourselves to get out there and go do it. So it was great. I hope you guys listened to the videos. I hope you listened to this. Sorry, it was 40 minutes. I just wanted to do a quick recap. An amazing, amazing week. And next year, I would like to see some of you at Leadership. All right, have a good night.